Hey, welcome to day 26 of my spiritual journal with me. So my name is Iona. So welcome to the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast. So if you are watching or listening, then welcome to this episode. Today, I want to talk about Relationship Freedom Friday. So I talk every single day. I go live on the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast talking about spiritual journaling for light workers and intentional living, having that light work and life balance in every single area of your life, including your business and including your relationships, including your finances, all of the things. So really it's about spiritual business success without being busy, without being broke, and without experiencing burnout. So hopefully you'll enjoy this episode. If you are not hi, hey Robin, hey love. If you are not subscribed to the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast or following, then please do like this, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and click the notification button so that you will get notified when I go live. Do invite a fellow light worker in who needs to hear this message about relationships. So we have Robin on live with us. Hey love, of the Energy Healing TV podcast. You got the notification this time. Yay! So the notifications are working. So if you are in the Soul Legacy Academy, I'm the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy. You're watching because I'm streaming inside there. Welcome. If you are part of my mentoring and coaching group for the 7 Freedoms, a 2-hour monthly call, then anything that I mention, you can come to the call and I will give you some guidance on that. If you have any feedback, any questions, any clarity that you want, then do leave a comment. So thank you, Robin, for joining me. So Relationship Freedom Friday, I have my spiritual journal, which I journal every single day. So this is my notebook, actually. It's called the Soul Legacy Journal Notebook. 365 days of your spiritual awakening story. So when I went through my spiritual awakening, chaos unfolded in my life, and I wanted to really document and record the process of the multiple spiritual awakenings that I found myself in and just life in general. So let me know if you've been through a spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul. Life looks and feels very different, and relationships can tend to fall away. Sometimes we have that isolation. So relationships is where we're going to focus today. It was huge for me, the relationship with myself, relationship with the universe, relationship. So I'm a mother and a grandmother and obviously a daughter, auntie, all of those things, all of those roles. And life looked and felt very different for me going through my spiritual awakening. So I want to support you, relationships with clients, students, relationships at work. That's what we're going to focus on. So let me know. So I've got a spiral journal notebook that you can grab on Lulu. Let me know if you would love that. And at the end of today's video, as always, I will share a card. Actually, I got 2 cards today that jumped out, so I will share those at the end. So let me share with you what I put in my spiritual journal and what I focus on each day. Let me know if you do journaling. I have structure to my journal. I like to journal in this journal, and then I also like to use a digital journal called Penzu for part of my spiritual practices, because I tend to, I don't know about you, let me know if this is you, I tend to screenshot stuff, I tend to take pictures of things, and I want to show myself that I'm manifesting along the way in this spiritual process and as my spiritual ascension journey, because oftentimes we forget just how far that we've come when we go on that spiritual awakening and spiritual ascension journeys. Oftentimes we feel like, oh, you know, I'm not making progress, I feel a bit stuck, I'm not really growing. But if you look at yourself a year ago, have you grown? And I know that I have, because I've been journaling for about almost a decade, actually. So yeah, so Robin says on the YouTube channel, 2 jumpers, yay for the cards. Yes, so I'll share those at the end. And every time we get something that is meant for me and something is meant for you. So let's dive into my spiritual journal for intentional living for light workers. If you know of any light workers who want that life work balance, then I will be sharing that every single day. I'm going to just turn to today's journaling page. So I write in my spiritual journal about 7 areas in my life. So every single day I focus on a different area. Again, I'm wearing my blue t-shirt. So if you'll see on the SoulLegacyTV YouTube podcast that I wear a different color t-shirt for every single day, just so you can differentiate which day I will actually eventually have merch. So Monday was contribution freedom, how you want to contribute in your light work, your lifestyle. Health freedom was Tuesday. Emotional freedom was Wednesday. Environmental freedom was yesterday. That was I really enjoyed that. And today is relationship freedom Friday. Tomorrow is spiritual freedom Saturday, and then we have financial freedom Sunday. So let me share with you how I break down my spiritual journal, what I do, why I do it, and how you can too, if it resonates with you. If you've got a practice that works, then don't worry about it. Just do what it is that works for you. But I teach this process, I teach it to my students, and I love it. So the first thing I start off with my spiritual routines and rituals is vision. Not only for my relationship, but for all areas of my life. And so let me know if you have a vision board. I have a spiritual vision board on the SoulLegacyTV YouTube podcast. I'll leave the cards around this video, the links, and in the description as well for you if you haven't been through that challenge, because this journaling practice is a follow-on from that. So I have all 7 areas that I talk about for intentional living on my vision board, and then today is a follow-on. So if you've never created a vision board for the relationship with you, the relationship with the universe, the relationship that you want to have, if you want to manifest, I talk about soulmates on the spiritual dating channel as well. Whatever it is, whether you want to really make a big difference in the world, whether you want to have retreats, whatever it is that you want to manifest. And so for me, I have a vision on my vision board of impacting, growing the SoulLegacyTV YouTube channel, and having students in my Soul Legacy Academy. But that relationship that starts for my business, it actually started with my own spiritual awakening, knowing that I was meant for more, knowing that I was here to serve. And so the relationship that I have with myself fuels me, it fuels the message. So every day when I'm doing my journal, I'm doing this for me and then sharing what has worked for me, what has not worked for me. So hopefully it will support you too. Today, for relationships, I've got my daughter, my son made his transition almost 7 years ago. That's why I've launched the Soul Legacy Academy, to make my difference in the world. And so today I spent the day with my daughter. She actually has this weekend off, which she doesn't always. She hasn't had for a little while. It's so special. Here in the UK on Sunday, it's going to be Mother's Day on Sunday, which is a tough day for me. Having my son had made his transition, but also having my daughter, so it's just, we've got some stuff planned. But the relationship and date nights and just having a really strong bond it fuels me. So I often talk about my spiritual business and me launching, leading, and leaving my legacy and making my difference in the world. But ultimately, I'm a role model for my daughter, and I wanted her to see that you can go after your dreams, you can have that vision, you can make a difference in the world, and you can do the job that you want to do. Do you know what I mean? So let me know who would be in your vision on your vision board. Simon Sinek talks about your why. I say your soul why, but I also say your soul who you have around you, why you're doing what you're doing. I often push myself to limits where I wouldn't necessarily push myself just for myself, but because I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm doing it as a role model for my daughter, and I have a granddaughter who is 8. They're my soul who. I have a soul daughter as well. I have a really big family. I'm the youngest of 8. So relationships have been huge for me. I was reading the 5 Love Languages, if you've ever heard of that. I love the books, 5 Love Languages. They've got one for couples. I was reading one for singles. At the beginning of the year, come out of a twin flame union, so that's like different, being single and just learning to love me, just me, being on dating. Robin says, yay, spending the day with your daughter. Thank you, Robin. It's huge. It was lovely. We actually got on the train and went to the next town and went shopping, and she's going to be away for the weekend, so she was getting outfits and stuff, and just to have a mama, she's called me a Mamma Mia day, we call it. Was beautiful. She's 19, and to be able to spend a day with a 19-year-old, right, and have a really fun day, and me help her pick out clothes, and it's like not that, oh yes this, so it was just beautiful. Like, we've got a really 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 great bond. I love it. And we actually went to one of the places that she used to work, and he's like, is that your mum? And he's like, she looks really young, she looks younger than you. So I was laughing, I was like, yay. But yeah, we had fun. It's really nice. Having the freedom. So I talk about the 7 freedoms: relationship freedom, having the freedom to be able to pause my day or just not do my work and go out the office and go, Robin, are you coming in and out on the live or not? I think I've gone this way. That side I like. It says that it's going 0 or not, so I don't know if the connection is good. So yeah, just having that bond. Date nights, days, I like to schedule in the time that I have with just making time. Over the course of me being in my spiritual business, I started out in 2008-9, and I remember I was homeschooling her then. I was homeschooling my son as well. Just, we've always been really 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 close, and I was doing her hair earlier, and I said, oh gosh, there's times I just remember all the times when she was little, and she used to say to me every single day, I said, do you remember that? I said this to her today. I said, do you remember that you used to say to me, you're the best mom in the whole wide world, every single day? And she's like, I remember saying that. I said, you used to say it every single day. And it's just beautiful. It's just, I'm very very blessed. So what relationships do you have? Who do you have around you? I don't have lots of people around me. I have best friends, and my best friend, I've been friends like for 40 years. The people that I work with and attract tend to not have a lot of people around them that get it or get what they do. I've had the love and the support of my children, who always believed in me. That's one of the things that has really fueled me in my twin flame relationship. I had someone support me and believe in me for like 4 years, and not necessarily believe in themselves, but believe in me and support me, and just have me have that space for whatever I needed, and just taught me so much about loving me and loving. And I say that now, coming out of that relationship, just trusting myself, loving myself, knowing how to love a man fully, it just feels really really beautiful. And I'm in the position now where I'm dating, spiritual dating, I say, and I'm thinking about how I want to develop an app for soulmates, for dating and marriage and all those things. And I will be recording my journey, and I'm smiling a lot because there's been a lot of synchronicities, a lot of conversations, a lot of guidance, and all of the things. So it's really beautiful. So let me know what vision do you have, and how is your relationship with you? Do you feel guided? Do you have that relationship with the universe? What supports you and guides you to know that you're on track and you're making time and space to allow positive relationships, not narcissistic relationships or toxic relationships, or taking on other people's emotions, or having conversations that drain you? Do you have people around you that fuel you? Because I do, and I love it. Robin says mostly family, mum, children and grandbabies. Love it. And so that's, so on my vision board, I have my friends, I have my grandchildren, I have my son made his transition. I just felt a lot of wind then. It made his transition. My dad, my father, my brother, my godsons, a lot of people. I've had a lot of losses, but I still have my heart open, and I like to think that the relationships I have around me, there's a two-way energy exchange. Sometimes when we're leaning over and we're giving and we're giving and we're giving, it's kind of that resentment builds up. So, you know, just be mindful of the people that you have around you. And I don't know if you've ever heard of the 5 closest people to your principle. Like, who you have around you is the sum of and total of what the experience will be that you manifest. So I'm very mindful of who's around me. So Robin says, absolutely feel guided. It's when life feels stressful, it reminds me to get quiet, connected, and listen to source. I love that. I love that. And so, yeah. And when life feels stressful, thank you, Robin. When life feels stressful, obviously for me on the SoulLegacyTV channel, I talk about emotional freedom. And so how your emotions are connected to the relationship with you, the relationship with others. And when life gets stressful, having someone that is there for you, that can support you, that can guide you, that can love upon you, that you trust, is huge. As light workers, oftentimes we placed ourselves strategically in the world and we don't have that support, or we don't want to ask for that help. We don't want to say, open up and say, look, this is really going on for me. And part of my journaling, doing the spiritual routine and practices, is to say, even if you can't tell anyone else, put it down in your journal and be honest with yourself about where you are, how you feel. And so it's less stressful. Robin says, part of my vision is to help others strengthen the relationship with self. I love that. And I know that's part of your vision, and that's self-love. Robin has a self-love movement, and it is. And I love myself. I remember years ago, I was kind of new on the journey, but I remember going to coaching school, and Brian Tracy, I don't know if you guys know Brian Tracy, he says on this DVD thing that we were all watching, and he says, look in the mirror and say, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. So I was doing this, I love myself, right? And my son's dad was like, what the heck are you doing? I'm like, I love myself, I love myself. And I did, it's just years and years and years ago, and I do love myself. I love myself enough to have boundaries, energetic boundaries, to say no and say yes for things that are serving me. So that's my vision for my relationships. I've just got off a coaching call, a 2-hour coaching call, which was just amazing. I work with amazing people. I'm blessed. I have people around me that trust me to support them. I love it. So I talk about vision. I talk about values. So this is a big one for relationships. Let me know if you are in alignment. I've written a North Star statement for my values. I don't have my relationship one, but for me, honesty, integrity, fun, love, freedom comes into all areas of my life. So are you having fun in your relationships? Are they honest? Are they in integrity? Are they, whatever your values are, is that playing out in your relationships? Whether you are doing your light work, whether you are, you know, in close proximity, or are you isolated? Are you like done with certain people? Do you need to cut certain people out of your life, or just mute that noise? What is it that will raise your vibration? Is there anything that's draining on you and not going in alignment with your values? Do you have that soul tribe? Are you attracting your soul tribe? Are you doing the things that you want to do to attract your soul tribe? On Sunday we talk about financial freedom, and so are you attracting and building the relationships with your soul clients, with your soul tribe, so that you're in a space where you feel like you're in service? On the Soul Legacy TV and the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, I talk about showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. Are you in that space where you can show up fully as yourself and build those relationships online? the world has been quite crazy and it's a little bit of a divide right now, but I kind of don't really pay attention to it. All right, vibration. So vibration, that's kind of raising your vibration. Toxic, anything that feels toxic to you or triggering is working them through. I love journaling. I love journaling through and noticing that. The card, oh, actually, I don't know if you do this. I write down gratitude, what I'm grateful for. So today I will be doing, today I'll journal in the morning for what I'm grateful for today. And then every day that's kind of letting me, that reticulating activating system or whatever it is called, that sets the tone and your mind to look for more things that you're grateful for. So I do my gratitude on each of the 7 freedoms and that frequency. So not just relationship, but contribution, finances, all of the things. So I talk about launching my day, leading my day, and leaving my day. What I want to do is pull this card for you. Now I've pulled 2 cards and they jumped out. So I'm going to read those and then I'm going to wrap up with the money voucher. I'm going to finish with that. So Robin, remind me. So this first card that I actually pulled, and I don't think I did a quote for the day. Oh yeah, I did do a quote for the day. This one, I'll do one now, then we'll do the money voucher, and then we'll do one after. Holy Amethyst. This is from Keepers of the Light by Carl Graham. So this is Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. So do you have any current challenges? Journal about them in your Soul Legacy journal. And are you focusing on what you desire? The big thing of raising your vibration and being in alignment with your spiritual vision board is to focus on what you desire. Kind of not ignoring the challenges, but rising above them to the point where when you focus on your desire, that's all you can see. So let me read this one. So Holy Amethyst is the twin flame. And I think that every card that I've pulled so far this week has said the twin flame of, and I don't think they all say that. I don't think they do, but I think all the cards have. So Holy Amethyst is the twin flame of Archangel, I can't say that, Zadkiel, I don't know. The angel who helps us transmute negative experience into love and learning. You'll love that, Robin. He is the keeper of the violet flame, which helps us release anything that is no longer serving us. Holy Amethyst is also enables us to look over our past fears and challenges again and draw wisdom and learning from them. So if you have any fear about relationships, you have any challenges about relationship with yourself, then drawing that wisdom and learning from it, it's not there, especially when you've gone through a spiritual awakening, it's not there to, you say perfect, yay, Rose is perfect. It's not there to hinder you. Do you know what I mean? They're there to support you, even though in our humanness, it feels like rubbish sometimes. All right. So unlike Zadkiel, I can't say it, but I don't know. For many years, I have Erlen dyslexia, don't show me. For many years, she was not mentioned in spiritual texts. And I believe this was because her miraculous support wasn't needed on the earth as it is now. To connect deeply with her light, hold her namesake crystal. And I do have my crystal. I don't have it on the amethyst crystal, right? So I have chakra crystals that I will be meditating with. I've had them in my space, but I haven't held them to meditate with, and I'm going to be doing that. That's how I launched my day today. Extended message: you are ready to move beyond energies or situations that are no longer helpful to you and make space in your life for something more purposeful. I'm going to read that again. You are ready to move beyond energies or situations that are no longer helpful to you and make space in your life for something that is more purposeful. Was that for you? That's beautiful, isn't it? You may feel a real need for clearing out, not just mentally or emotionally, but physically too. Definitely. I've been doing this. I do this on environmental freedom anyway, Thursdays. So just keep this as a practice of clearing out emotionally, physically, mentally, right? Definitely physical. Don't forget your physical environment is your biggest vision board. As I talk about on the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge, Your biggest vision board is your actual life. To know how you're thinking and feeling is your actual life. What is manifesting? The guidance, not that it has to be, oh, I've got everything on my vision board, but it's those steps, how it's filling in for you. There is a sense that you are moving beyond challenges and forging golden opportunities from stagnant or unhappy experiences. It's important to recognize that you are like a magician at this time, with the ability to use your thoughts, will, and actions to bring about life fulfilling and dream enhancing opportunities. So hopefully you hear that, like, and so it's somebody else's interpretation, it's somebody else's words, but words can be very, very powerful, and words have a frequency. And just having a relationship with that guidance and knowing that the universe will support you in terms of giving you the words that give you that nudge or that encouragement or that support to have more ideas fill in, like another word, another thought that attracts the next feeling thought that raises your vibration. It's important to focus on what you desire and not what you fear. It's important to focus on what you desire, not what you fear. We know that fear is at the lowest vibration on the emotional scale, according to Abraham Hicks. So it's important to focus on what you desire, not what you fear. When you focus on what you fear, you're going to get more of that. We know that, but like, don't focus on what you fear, because what you give your energy to will literally begin to flourish. So what are you giving your energy to in terms of your relationship with yourself, with the universe, to family, friends, loved ones, clients? Focus on what you desire. Call on holy amethyst to help you focus on golden opportunities. I love that. So I'm going to read the next one in a second. What I want to do is share with you in my spiritual journal. One of the things that I do in this spiritual journal is, and Robin Knott will know this on the Energy Healing TV and podcast, is the relationship that we have, not with just people, but in our environment, but also in our business, and building the relationship and making our difference in the world. But the relationship with money, the relationship with giving our gifts as light workers, but also receiving. So do you have a great relationship with money? And if you don't have a great relationship with money and you have money blocks, or you want to go onto this path of financial freedom, I call this whole journey Cheers to Financial Freedom. That's on my vision board. This is what this daily life is about. And so within the Soul Legacy Journal, it affords you £1,000, dollars, or euros vibrationally, vibrational money every single day, so that you can improve your relationship with money and see what your relationship with money actually is right now. Because there's a lot of light workers who have light worker syndrome, who want to really make the difference in the world, but either think that they have to do it for free, or who are hiding behind closed doors, not coming out because they have resistance around money. So this £1,000, dollars, or euros, wherever you are in the world, the Soul Legacy journal is giving you, and I call it the Soul Income Game. And basically, when you journal about this money voucher, you tithe 10%, which is $100 out of the 1,000, or pounds, whatever, and you tithe it to a worthy cause. I tithe to Cruise Bereavement Care every single day, £100, because that cause is close to my heart. My son made his transition, and I had a volunteer from there. Volunteer, wasn't even getting paid, come and sit on this sofa for weeks and months to support me emotionally in my relationship, losing my relationship, in the physical plane. I know. And people say, they're still here, they're still with you. It's not the same. It's just not the same. And so we're not going to pretend it's the same. So that's a worthy cause. That's the way of me giving back, and just being mindful of supporting the people who support others. So that's my worthy cause, Cruise Bereavement Care, and you can support them if you choose to. I don't think I have the link in the description, but it's in the Soul Legacy Academy. I do. And the rest of the money you can spend on whatever comes up. So whether you want an editor, whether you want a software tool, whether you want a trip, whether you want a spa day, whatever it is that you want to spend your vibrational money. Remember, like throughout your day or throughout this week, if you are doing your spiritual journal with me, you are supported by the universe, even when you don't think so. So focusing on what you desire, the level of income rather than the lack thereof, if that's where you are. So this is supporting you. So when you play the game, life is a game. When you play that game, you kind of trick the universe into saying, oh, more of that, please, more of that, please. So you have $900, pounds or euros every single day. You can, if you don't have time to do it every single day, tithe every single day, but then carry the money over. And you can carry it over for 7 days from Monday to Sunday, but you have to use it on Sunday. So you get £7,000, dollars or euros every single week. For as long as you want. I say bank 50k in 50 days. Do it try it on for 50 days. See if your energy is elevated and you raise your vibrational frequency, and see what you manifest. Let me know. And so I share what I spend my vibrational money on a Sunday, on Financial Freedom Sunday. So Robin says, right, definitely not the same. I'm not sure what you mean, Robin. I just went on a rant, but thank you. So, you know, spend it. I invite you to spend it. And when you say, I don't have time to do that, I don't want to do it, then I'm supporting you in your spiritual business success. So you're not busy, you're not burnt out, and you're not broke. And so if money is a factor in keeping you busy, keeping you burnt out, and keeping you broke, then I would do it. If you don't want to do it, then that's okay, but try a new way. So we do it vibrationally first. I also have the Spiritual Biz YouTubers masterclass. If you want to build your business online, if you want to build a one-to-many model, if you want to get your message, your movement, and your money right and aligned and automated, then I have a bank 50k in 50 days challenge, and I will leave the link in the comments on the YouTube channel and all around. Go to the SoulLegacyAcademy.com /courses /masterclass. I do the masterclass live. It's 4 hours of training. I love it. I do it live once a month on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. But you have the replay there. You have the homework there. You can also get a free chapter of my book. And it's called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch. And it is a soul-guided influencers compass to leveraging your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. And with that, I have a free chapter VIP day. So I'm all in of not just building a list, not just saying I'm out here kind of just saying, you know, jump on my list and I'll send you a bunch of emails and come and buy from me. I don't believe in that. I believe in launching, leading, and leaving our soul legacy and doing it together. So definitely sign up for that. Definitely come into my world. Definitely comment and build the relationship. I would love to build a relationship with you if I'm new to you. And you know, invite somebody else in, share this, that would be amazing. So that's the vibrational money voucher of sharing, and that is the Soul Legacy Journal, my spiritual practice. I've got another card. Actually, I've got a quote for the day because I love quotes. One quote. This is what I got today from my Momentum app. So this is, just when you think it can't get any worse, it can. You're like, could it get any worse? And it does. And just when you think it can't get any better, it can. Do you know what I mean? So whatever kind of day you're having and you think, could it get worse? Yeah, it could. But could it get better? Yeah, it can. And that's by Nicholas Spark. So I love other people's words. I love tuning into them. I love, I didn't do my walk out in nature as part of my spiritual routine. I usually do. I did my walk out in nature, as in walked to the train station, and I had my Strava app on. And my daughter, I'd set off earlier than her, and she said she had a mind to text me and say, Mum, don't forget to turn your Strava app or your walking app off. And I didn't turn it off. And we went to the next couple of towns, like a 10-minute train ride. And I said, oh gosh, my Strava, my walking app's on. It's like, looks like I've walked like 13 miles or something. And she said, I was going to tell you, and then I didn't. I said, you know to follow the nudges, right? And she said, I know, I do that all the time. She's 19. And I'm like, I wasn't there at your age. Follow the nudges. So Robin says we build legacy. We do build legacy. So it's actually speaking with that legacy and the money voucher. If you do have money blocks and you want to do the Bank 50K and 50-day challenge with myself, and set up a business model that actually can have you receive that and know that you're offering value for that, then join me. Also, Robin Knott is the host of the Energy Healing TV and podcast and founder of the Energy Healing School. I was going to say the Soul Legacy Academy, but she's the lead soul guided instructor of the Soul Legacy Academy and the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network. And she actually has a 5-day money blocks clearing challenge. And we're working together in this joint vision of raising our energy and really coming back to source energy, coming back to looking at the world through the lens of your soul, coming back to vibing and to really clearing your energy. So Robin does energy healing, obviously Energy Healing TV, the chakras, that's why I've got my crystals, chakras, Reiki, she's a Reiki master teacher. So all of those things that we're bringing together to form that partnership for light workers, because I believe it's time. I believe it's time. So do share this out. And if you do have money blocks, if you don't know that you have money blocks, but your life and finances are a state, you've got them. So I was bankrupt, I was homeless, I was all the things. And I paused in the pandemic and I pivoted, and I pivoted to pause to build my business, to align it, the back end of my spiritual business, because a lot of us do not have the back end of our spiritual business automated or aligned. So Robin says, thank you, love. You're welcome. Oh, gosh, I nearly just knocked my phone off the stand. Right, let me read the card before I knock it off. Right, the last thing that I want to share with you. Thank you for spending this time with me. I got to go finish my drawers. Lady Portia, I believe it's called. Divine order. So do what feels right to you. An important lesson is unfolding. So that might be for me, that might be for you. This powerful goddess is a figure of justice and peace. She brings order and opportunity to every experience. As a lord of karma, she regulates the law of cause and effect. She has my camera gone up or down. Cause and effect. She helps us recognize the impact of our judgment, choices, and actions on ourselves and the world. I read this morning after doing my meditation. I pulled my cards, and she's a twin flame of Saint Germain. So I'm sure they all are. I'm going to have a look. Not being in my twin flame union, it's just really like surprising to me. So anyway, so it's strongly connected to the violet flame energy, which we have the violet flame and the amethyst. So they both like literally jumped out together, and I was like, okay, I'll have you both today. So it's strongly connected to the violet energy. Together, these twin flames can work and oversee legal situations, justice as an energy that's about honoring everyone involved rather than punishing bad behavior. Lady Portia, I think that's how you say it, helps us to do what is right morally and spiritually for soul's growth. Right now, call for justice is being brought into your space. Even if this means you will lose out, there really is no loss in the highest state of truth. Act from the heart, see the other person's point of view, and surrender your pride so that you are coming from a loving space. If you've made choices that weren't the highest good, admit it. Through this honesty, you are releasing the karmic bonds or anchors of fear from your energy. Again, fear. Take the time to learn from this situation. And if you are involved in any legal issues, know that Lady Portia and the angels of justice are gathering round to honour everyone involved. Now, I'm not involved in any legal issues. So if you are, that is the message. Robin says, thank you, Robin, for joining me live. I really appreciate it. Another beautiful card and message. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you. They are so, so beautiful. I love sharing in my spiritual journal. Basically, for me, launching the book and teaching how to do this process, it actually keeps me accountable. It helps me have the relationship with myself. And so people think, oh, you know, when you have a YouTube channel, you've got to do all of this grandiose stuff. And I wanted to find a way to get my message out there and my movement and align my money and automate by sharing. Actually, I've got a notebook. Actually, I've got a journal. Actually, I've got a book. Actually, I've got a masterclass. Actually, I've got a 5-day YouTube from scratch challenge to help you grow your spiritual business. Actually, we can come and we can network on the spiritual, in the Spiritual Biz YouTubers network, in the Telegram, just having that space where we can have a deeper conversation. It's huge, it's huge, it's huge. Do not do this alone. Build those relationships. Be open to reach out and say, actually, yeah, I could do with some help. Don't think, oh, I know it all, I know everything, or I can't come across and let other people know that where I am. Because you start from where you are. Start from where you are. So I feel very honored and very blessed. Thank you for sharing this time and allowing me to share my spiritual journal with you, spiritual journal with me, and intentional living and setting those intentions and, you know, mapping out. I invite you to map out some time for yourself, some downtime. I invite you to map out some time for self-care. Robin's really big on that. And so map out some dates. So Sunday, my daughter will be, and my soul daughter will be coming over and spending time. And it's really, really, I don't know if I'll get to see my granddaughter on Mother's Day in the UK, but you know, it's spending that time and just keeping your heart open to love no matter what you've been through. Loving you, loving others. So that is it for my spiritual journal. This is Iona Me. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you are in the Soul Legacy Academy and you are you're due to come to the 7 Freedoms calls, 7 Freedoms frequency, then that is just going to be amazing. So there's lots of teachings in the Soul Legacy Academy for you, and I shall speak to you soon. Thank you, Robin, for spending this time with me as well. Big love. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.